Hello everyone, I'm Brian. I'm going to be reacting to 12 great inventions we should thank India for. So this is a request. If you have a request, please leave a direct link to the video in the comments. And please make sure to sub or dub so I can follow along. Alright, so more than likely when I'm going through this, I'll be pausing after every invention just to talk about it so I don't have to go through it all again. I'm just going to do it in kind of one fell swoop. May pause, may not, because I want to input my thoughts into it. I'm hoping that's what you came here for, is my reaction as well as my thoughts into it. That's what I try to do in the channels, be my honest opinion and thoughts about whatever it is I'm reacting to. Also, I will leave the link of this video in the description just in case you want to go check it out without the pausing and me being annoying. Alright, so 12 inventions. I am curious. I don't know like where a lot of the inventions are from, but it'd be pretty cool to learn. So let's go ahead and give this video a shot. And this is from obviously the bright side of things. I'm really bright, but bright side. Alright, so let's see what's the first invention.
12 great inventions we can thank India for. We all know that India is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, with a super rich culture and history.
Okay.
But did you know that some of the stuff you use every single day was invented in this country?
I don't know how much.
Buttons on your shirt,
really,
the shampoo
buttons
in your shower. Watch this video.
Really, buttons and shampoo?
Until the
let's
to find out what
let's
brilliant
do one at a
we
time.
Can thank India for.
All right, what's the first one?
Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on post
holy crap,
notifications.
8.6 million. You got it. You got me beat.
All right, number one, the zero.
Yes, I actually kind of vaguely remember. I thought this was Middle East, but anyway, I should let him talk and explain it. But I do remember this in math. It's so weird that the Romans used Roman numerals and it didn't know what to do past after a certain number, so they just didn't do anything to the end. But the zero was revolutionary. It was so weird, but it's true.
People in ancient times had always thought that there should be some sort of a sign to indicate nothing. Well, there were.
It made sense that you don't really need to indicate nothing, but then at the same time it makes more sense, the indication of nothing, I guess. Because why would you need to represent nothing when you know it's nothing, but how do you explain nothing without nothing? I hope that made sense.
Worries were put to rest in the 5th century AD when Aryabhata, an Indian genius of math and astronomy, invented the zero as a symbol to represent nothing. It made addition, subtraction, and a slew of other mathematical operations a whole lot easier.
Especially when you divide by zero.
You can see the oldest zero in existence carved in the wall of a temple in Gwalior, India.
Wait, so that's literally carved specifically for a zero and not a design?
If you're not a big fan,
and if that's literally the oldest zero, that's actually pretty freaking cool.
And of math, and the
sorry, I'm
invention
pausing
of zero
so much.
seems like nothing too important to you.
Oh no,
Just
it's
think,
quite important.
Without it, we would have no binary system and no computers.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna make an argument for that because again, I think a lot, too much sometimes. The zero itself is something that's representative of something. This is what I was thinking. The zero is a representative of something. It's not necessarily the shape of it, but anything could be the zero, but it's the sheer fact that the invention of the zero, the idea of zero, is what really matters, not what it looks like. 11 could have been a zero, and it's just the fact that the idea of the zero itself is what's very meaningful. But yes, the zero, like I said before, was quite important.
How do you like that zero now?
Although, good lord, I'm pausing so much. I need to stop. But anyways, I do remember zero being invented. I thought it was in the Middle East, though. But then again, it was a long time ago. It was one time told in one of my classes, and that was it. That's pretty cool.
Number two, rulers.
I know a lot of things come from India.
The Indus Valley civilization was using rulers in 1500 BC and earlier.
Really, rulers?
Made from ivory. These rulers were found during excavations in what is present-day Pakistan and northwestern India.
Okay, so my thing here is that I wonder what they used to measure these rulers, though. You know, I know I didn't let him finish. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much, but it's just I'm trying to speak my mind as I am watching this. So I hope that's okay with you guys because that's what's gonna be about most of these things. So I'm wondering like what like so they grab this ivory and then what notches did they decide like okay this is what whatever notch that's 1 inch and where did that measurement come from? Because in I know when grams are measured, there's a literal physical object that says this is 1 gram, and all scales are adjusted to that one device. So I'm wondering where is this measurement from? Did someone decide this notch and said, okay, this is a millimeter or centimeter or a meter? And then everything was based off that initial one. The problem with that though is that if you start carving, our hands are not very precise, so it will be skewed a little bit. But it's a start to an invention of the ruler.
Apparently, they were widely used in architecture with pretty amazing accuracy.
Dang, yeah, no
They
kidding.
had units corresponding to 1.32 inches that were marked with extremely precise subdivisions within 5,000th of an inch. Number 3.
Okay, so he didn't explain. Oh, chess, yes. Oh, sorry. So he didn't explain how they did it create the ruler. Again, I'm assuming everything he says is factual. I never take my facts, my sources from just one source. I always check with multiple sources, but I'll assume it to be fact. But it doesn't say how they came about that measurement, though. I wish they would give a little bit more detail. It's nice to know that they created, but like I guess a little bit more information would be pretty cool. Just where did they start? Is there like an instrument tool that says okay, this is the notches? It just been really cool to learn. Chess, come on, that's my favorite board game sport. I like it a lot better than checkers. Checkers is too simple. Chess, on the other hand,
Chess.
even though I haven't played in a long time.
This all-time top game
Can't
for
believe
intellectuals
Indian
is also
made
an
chess.
Indian invention.
Huh.
Its ancestor was called Chaturanga, and it was a strategic board game
Oh,
popular during the Gupta Empire around 6th century AD.
Is it 4 players at that time?
Like the chess we know today, this game had various pieces with different value and capabilities. It also had an important king figure, and winning the game depended on the fate of the king.
But why was the design and shape like
Another
that?
popular board game brought to us by India is Snakes and Ladders. The original version was called Mokshapat, and it was invented by a 13th century poet and saint by the name of Gyandev.
Okay, I don't know if it's going to go to another thing or not, so I'm going to pause it right here. I may have vaguely remembered something like this, but when I was younger, maybe I may have played it once, but then I don't know if we owned it or not, or yeah, I mean I couldn't really afford very much, so playing was just going outside and finding rocks and sticks. um, but yeah, it kind of vaguely, I don't know if I did or did not. It kind of resembles maybe I did play it when I was a lot younger. I'm not sure though.
The snake stood for vices, while ladders were virtues. During
Huh.
India's time under British rule, the game made its way to England and later to the US. Number 4. Plastic surgery.
Really?
In the 6th century BC, an Indian physician named Sushruta created a huge reference book on medicine and surgery.
Okay.
It was one of the world's earliest works of his kind. Sushruta, often called the father of surgery in his home country.
Oh, in his home country. Would he be considered the father of surgery overall, though?
Described the use of hundreds of medicinal plants and instructions for performing surgical procedures, including nose reconstruction and skin transplantation from one part of the body to another.
Wow, that's actually quite advanced. I forget when was this again?
The original method of rhinoplasty that involved taking a piece of skin from the forehead to reconstruct the nose is even still used today. But back then, nose jobs were done to help people who had been deprived of their noses as a punishment for theft or adultery. Ooh, how times have changed.
Whoa. So they got their nose cut off and then the skin graft. It's really amazing how, whew, man, that's very dangerous though to take it back in the day just because, we, I don't know how far back, I can't, oh God, I'm terrible. But, you know, cleanliness is very important, especially if you expose not your skin, but the underlayers of your skin. Your skin help protects you by preventing germs from getting inside. So I guess maybe there's a thin layer. Maybe they have like good utensils, and then the utensils itself. Whew, dangerous.
Number 5. Cataract surgery.
I've heard of that.
Sushruta
Oh,
not only
eyes.
invented
That's right.
plastic surgery, but also performed the first cataract surgery. He used a curved needle to remove the lens from the affected eye.
Holy crap, that's
This
very.
revolutionary procedure soon became
That doesn't
popular
look good.
outside of India. Patients and doctors
Down
from
there.
around the world visited
Ooh.
the surgeon to get operations done and learn from his experience.
That's
The genius
scary.
surgeon never turned anyone away. He said that he got all his knowledge from the god of Ayurvedic medicine, Dhanvantari. Number 6.
Wireless communication. So, anyways, eye surgery too. My God. Again, I wish I don't know if they said a date or if I missed it or I just forgot it. Because the dates are not necessarily that important for me right now, unless I'm trying to figure out how far back it was. Because the further back we go, we know that medicine, anything related to the medical field, was quite dangerous. During Civil War times, whenever there's an injured foot or something, they just cut it off because you know what? It's better to lose a foot than lose your life. Wireless communication. Okay, here we go. Is this going to be cell phone? Well, it's going to be everything wireless, I guess. Let's see. Let's see.
Wireless
Let's see.
communication. When you think of the pioneer of radio communication, Guglielmo Marconi probably immediately comes to mind.
Nope.
And that's for good reason, of course. He even received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1909 for his innovative work.
Okay, I thought it was going to say something there. The only thing I know about wireless communication, well, I guess that's not technically wireless, is the first telephone.
But Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose presented his discovery of radio communication waves to the public in 1895. He sent an electromagnetic wave across 75 feet at the town hall in Calcutta. The wave passed through walls, rang a bell, and ignited some gunpowder. Marconi used Bose's invention, the mercury coherer, as a pattern to build his operational two-way radio. Bose never patented his work, so he was only credited for his discovery a century later.
Hey, he improved upon it.
Number.
Okay, so wireless frequency. 75 feet, that's not very far, but when you think back in the day, there was nothing like it. As a matter of fact, was it the Sherlock Holmes, the movie Sherlock Holmes, the second one, I can't remember what it's called, with, I was going to say Tony Stark, but Robert Downey Jr., it talked about the invention of radio waves in that one. I gotta watch it again. I'm wondering if they actually put a little bit of history in that Sherlock Holmes movie. Second one.
Number 7. The USB.
What? Are you kidding me? USB? Universal Serial Bus?
The USB, or Universal Serial Bus, is a way more recent invention than wireless communication, of course. It was brought to us by Ajay Bhatt, an Indian-American computer genius that was working as an engineer for Intel back in the 1990s. He came up with the idea of a universal port for devices as he was putting an SD card into his computer.
That's weird because an SD card that doesn't fit in a USB, but you can get a card reader or a thing that you can put SD or micro SD cards in and then plug into USB. I figured maybe I was thinking this is like he thought of this because there's so many different connections out there that you need so many different ports for, and it's taking up so much room in the back of your computer. Why not just have a USB, one port that does it all? I thought that would have been the thing to it. He said, according to this so far, it looks like it's getting to an SD card. It's the reason why he thought of a USB. Let's see what it says.
Remember those things?
Yeah, I still have them.
The device instantly became a huge hit. Bott himself didn't get money or official recognition for his invention,
What?
as he's always insisted that it was the result of teamwork.
Well, it's sure, but you should credit yourself and the team as a thing. I know USB, or at least anything that's been standardized, if I read correctly, they don't really make much money off it because they want it to be universal. They wanted to make sure that everyone uses it, I believe. And aside from Apple, I remember reading like I think USB gets some 96 cents or something like that for maybe per USB made, but Apple makes like $15 plus like to make an Apple cord, I think it's like $500 or $5,000 plus like $9 or $15 per cord, whereas USB is like 93 cents per cord. you know.
Today, the amount of USB devices.
I will say, he made one mistake. Trying to figure out a way to freaking plug that thing in the right way the first time around, especially when you're trying to plug it in the back of the computer. Like, man, I can't see back there. You try to plug it in. Oh my gosh, nah. I mean, hey, look, he simplified the all those connections, like the PS2s for the old mouse and keyboards, as well as the serial port, DB9 ports, and whatever else. My God. And then, of course, they had the standard USBs. Then we have the mini, the micro, and then now USB Type C. Thank him for that.
Devices used worldwide is over 10 billion items, making it the most used computer gadget out there.
I wish he figured out the way how to where you can plug it in either way. That would have been like absolutely perfect. But still, hey, look, I'm asking too much there, man. That dude's a freaking genius for figuring out the USB port.
Number 8. Yoga.
Okay.
Hit that like button if you've ever tried yoga. I know.
Well, I guess I could hit that like button.
If you keep practicing it and see the positive changes in your life, then you should thank India for it.
Although I'd like to try it out for sure.
The first yoga guru was Lord Shiva, also known as
Although I will
yoga.
say, I don't think I'm that flexible.
People in northern India were practicing
What's the easy version of yoga?
over 5,000 years ago. The word yoga was even mentioned in the Vedas, India's oldest sacred text. The Brahmins further developed the art of yoga and documented their experiences in a treatise with over 200 records. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi came up with the idea to celebrate Yoga Day on June 21st.
That's pretty
and
cool.
It's now an actual international holiday with millions of followers.
Oh, I didn't know that. June 21st.
Number 9. Natural fibers. Nothing feels...
Okay, when it said natural fibers, I thought of two things first. Optical fiber for computers, and the second thing being like, the fibers that you need to eat so that you can have natural bowel movement, but it's looking like cotton at the moment, so let's take a look at what he says.
better than the touch of natural
Okay, it's
cotton
cotton.
on your skin.
Don't eat cotton.
We could have been deprived of this situation
you know.
if it weren't for the bright minds of India. Unlike the ancient Greeks, who wore animal skins, the Indians started cultivating cotton back in the 5th and 4th centuries BC.
Wow, okay.
They used cotton threads to produce fabrics that soon became a huge hit in the Mediterranean and beyond. Jute and wool also have their origins in India. Cashmere, the finest
Excuse
and
me, I
most
think I hiccuped
exclusive
there.
type of wool, actually comes from the Kashmir region of India. Number 10.
Okay, don't really have much to say other than the fact that I thought he was talking about either optical fiber or dietary fiber. Flush toilets, what?
Flush toilets. You can probably see by now that the Indus Valley civilization came up with so many genius inventions.
Okay, that look that I had in my face, I was thinking I'm gonna ask something after he explains toilet, but I'll go ahead and say it now. Whenever it said flush toilets, it made me think, okay, in your part of the country, how does your toilet flush? Counterclockwise or clockwise? I was thinking, like, where does mine flush? It goes clockwise, I think. I mean, you don't really pay attention to it when you use it all the time, but I think mine goes clockwise. It's kind of weird though, because I think if you're south of the equator, it actually flushes counterclockwise. If you're north, or there's a particular line somewhere where the flushing of the toilet, one goes counterclockwise, one goes clockwise, which is really interesting. It's kind of weird, but Let's continue on with
And
flushing
flush
toilets.
were one of them. Believe it or
Why
not,
am I making
home
such a big
toilets
deal out of
connected
it?
to a
Well,
complicated
not a big deal,
sewage
but
system with canals, irrigation, and smart water management existed in the land of spices over 5,000 years ago. Pure genius.
now I thought irrigation was created by the Romans, but it said flushing toilet. Now is that a toilet with a bowl and then they put water to flush it, or is that like you push like the push the button and flushes the toilet? But
Number 11.
shampoo. Wow.
The word shampoo comes from the Hindi word shampoo, which means to massage or knead. The substance was invented in India in 1762 and was originally used for head massages, hence the name. The first shampoo was made of natural oils and herbs.
Yeah.
British colonial traders fell in love with the idea and brought it back with them to England.
Especially the ones that had like good smells, they'd just rub it in their hair.
It took years for the original head massage oil to evolve into shampoo as we know
For
it today.
cleaning.
But fact is fact. You have the Indians to thank for the beauty and cleanliness of your hair.
I was thinking something, hopefully no one finds it offensive, but again, I just want to be honest with you guys. I'm wondering if the 12th one's going to be the Kama Sutra. I doubt it, because that's a joke, but it's just out there. But let's go see what the 12th one is.
Number 12.
Oh yeah, that's right, buttons. Close.
Buttons.
Not really close.
This clothing
But
staple
that's pretty
is
cool.
at the top of our list.
Buttons.
So simple.
It's amazing how something so simple like a button's an invention, but it just, you know, it makes, I mean, I don't know if it makes sense. It's so weird. It's so simple. It's just a button, but it's an actual invention, like a computer. Well, it's no comparison, but a button has a function, and it is needed amazingly. Zipper is also an invention, but you never ever really necessarily think about those things as inventions.
Yet revolutionary. The first buttons were found during excavations in Mohenjo-Daro, one of the largest settlements in the Indus Valley civilization, yet again. Over 5,000 years ago, buttons were made of seashells and used as an ornament and not for fastening clothes. But they had 2 holes in the middle right from the start. So, are there any inventions on the list that you can't live without? Let's discuss it in the comment section. Be sure to hit like and share this video if you found it useful.
That's right.
And if you're new here, subscribe to our channel to not miss any of our cool updates. Remember, life is always better on the bright side.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it on their little logo there. There we go, bright side. Oh no, not comments. Thumbs up. Oh god, I can't find it. I'm terrible. Hold on, let me just play it.
In the comment section. Be sure to hit like and
Oh,
share
okay, so it's
this
after the
video
like
if you
button,
found it
or the
useful.
like
And
advertisement.
if you're new here,
Ooh, that is super bright. I don't know if I should leave it on that. Let's go with let's go with that one. Okay. Alright, so then I thought the 0 was Middle Eastern. I guess it might have been a bit further. Maybe again, it's only discussed once during a history class, I believe. But I knew it was somewhere out there in the East, Middle East. All the other inventions I did not know were invented in India. What else? What else did I think about this? I don't know. And like I said, the button thing's just so really. I didn't realize that they were actually made as a decor as opposed to actual functional buttons. I'm wondering who thought to use that as an actual button instead of a decoration. So this is quite interesting. I hope there are other things that I could react to that are quite interesting. Like whenever I get a book, this is so weird. I'm going all over the place. But anyways, when I get a book, I don't like to read fictional books. I like to read, or should I say, I don't like to read fantasy books. I like to read like books that you can learn something from. Although I don't read books too often just because I don't have enough time for that. But anyways, I do watch a lot of YouTube and I like to learn a lot of things even though I don't really learn it or practice it. But I will say that if I ever need to know something, I look at YouTube and I learn from that. And this is all really cool things to know about. I mean, is it going to stick in my head? Probably not, because there's too much going on, but it's just something fun and interesting to know and learn. And I'm sure I will, if someone were to ask me, oh, do you know where shampoo was invented? I could probably pull up, like, yeah, India. Alright, thank you for suggesting this. I hope there are others out there you can suggest. I know I do have a lot of people that watch my channel from India, so especially been requesting a lot of trailers and a lot of things from India. I will try to react to those. I want to kind of divvy them up, you know, so I want to get a few more trailers in. That's how I started, but I do want to expand out. So anyways, guys, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.